Hello everyone and welcome back to another one of our videos on Zebanica YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about 30 advanced verbs. My name is Barry and stay with us. So I know that this could be really useful when you want to sound more sophisticated, like to know synonyms of different verbs and to be able to use them in different situations and to show off your English and your language, or understand everyday English a little better, or get a good score in international exams such as IELTS or TOEFL or things like that. So this could be really useful for all of those things. So let's start with synonyms of the verb laugh. Okay. So the first one is to chuckle. To chuckle is when you chuckle, you usually laugh with yourself, like at something that you just thought of. Maybe you just thought of a joke in your head, it was so funny, so you're just with yourself. Or maybe you did something silly and you're just laughing with yourself thinking about it. Or maybe, I don't know, you are laughing at something that is a secret and you can't share with anyone, so you're just, oh my god, you're just chuckling. So to chuckle, it's to laugh to yourself or very quietly. Okay, so an example of this could be Layla chuckled to herself as she cooked her husband a very spicy dinner. Okay, so chuckle. Now, the second one is to roar. Okay, to roar, as you might think, is a sound that a lion or a tiger make, and it's a loud sound. So we use it also for a synonym for a laugh, which is really loud, like okay, not like this, like in a normal way. So when something is really funny and you're bursting with laughter, you could be again roaring. So to roar is to laugh loudly. An example of this could be the audience roared with laughter at the comedian joke. So the third one is to giggle. The giggle is a laugh that is kind of silly and is usually even like when children laugh, or women sometimes they laugh. So to giggle is a light laugh which can be silly. So like children, like how children laugh, or when the question, example of this could be when the women were whispering and giggling all by themselves. I think they were gossiping about someone. So to giggle is to laugh in a silly way. To hoot, as to roar is a sound of an animal, an owl. An owl hoots. So to hoot is a shorter laugh, like it's short, like this. So that's a hoot. That's a hooting, and a hoot could also be a noun, and it means a fun situation, like or a fun person. Like, do you remember Chandler in Friends? He was a hoot. So very well, let's talk about the synonyms for sitting somewhere. To sit somewhere or to slump. To slump, it means sit heavily in a way that you don't have control, full control on your body parts. So you could slump on the sofa after a long day at work. This could be used again when you want to talk about disappointment or sadness, or when you hear bad news. You could slump, like you slumped on the chair with disappointment, like you just let go of yourself. Okay, and the verb number 6 is to lean. To lean is to like this, like to give your weight to something else in a way that well, you don't carry that weight and it's easier for you. So to lean is to give your weight to something else so that supports you and that part of your body. Like you could lean your arm on something, like I'm doing right now. I'm leaning my arm against the whiteboard and wiping out these words. Or you could lean against the wall and to that. Okay, so let's talk about the synonyms for manners of speaking and talking to each other. So number 7 is to banter. To banter is a talk in a playful, humorous way, and to tease each other usually. So for example, usually couples banter and they talk in a playful way and they tease each other. Like if you don't know the meaning of tease, stay with us, I'm gonna explain, but in a humorous way when you banter. So that's that. And 8 is to digress. To digress, it means to go off topic. Like you're talking about something else. I am teaching you the vocabulary related to, I'm teaching you advanced verbs, and then I'm talking about music out of the sudden. So that's digressing. That's talking about something completely different from what I'm talking now. So to digress means to get off from the main topic to talk about other things. Like this could be intentionally, like you could do it on purpose, or you could just be like really absent-minded and constantly change the topic of the conversation. So usually in the meetings, in a workplace, somebody could say to digress, to to address other things and then come back to the main topic. When you say to digress, it means that you are aware of it. Verb number 9, to declare. To declare something, it means that to say something in a formal way, in an official way. So usually people with power have the right to declare something, like the police or the president. So for example, you could say the government declared that there will be only 4 working days in a week. Nice, huh? Okay, so the next 2 verbs that I'm going to teach you are the synonyms for delay. So the first one is to procrastinate. To procrastinate. To procrastinate, it means to delay something that you have to do and put it off to the last minute. Like when you procrastinate, usually you have to do something that you don't like it very much, or you don't find it interesting enough. So you spend your time doing other things and put off the thing that has to be done, and then you delay the pain that you have to endure. Usually when you procrastinate, you don't have enough time to do things. Okay, so to faff again is the same as procrastinate. So usually you put off important things that you have to do in order to do unimportant things, unimportant tasks. So for example, usually teenagers faff a lot, like when the parents usually say, go on, you have to leave the house to go to school, and they say, okay, no, I'm texting, or I'm doing that, or I'm watching that video, and they do silly and important things in order to avoid doing the thing that has to be done. And the next few verbs that I'm going to teach you are the synonyms of win. To win or to triumph. To triumph is kinda an old verb, but you might even hear it in TV shows such as Game of Thrones or other historic books, TV shows, things like that, and it means to win something. So it could be used as a noun as well. So something that has succeeded, it was a triumph. Like Barcelona's triumph last night, had a triumph last night against Madrid. I'm not a really football person. So number 13 again is the synonym for to win is to conquer. Again, it's something that it was used in the old times, like in history, like you could say what country conquered another country. I'm not really good at history either, so I'll give you a hypothetical example, such as Daenerys Targaryen in the Game of Thrones series. She conquered Westeros. So it means to conquer, it means to take control or subdue something by force. And in today's, like if you want to talk about it nowadays, we sometimes can talk about it, about something within us, or the things that we achieve, like I really have to conquer my fear of heights, or I have conquered the business world, for example. So again, the number 14 is to fluke. To fluke, it means it seems like you achieved or you won by chance, like by luck, like you didn't try for it and it was luck that made you win, or to fluke. So to fluke, it means to achieve something through luck rather than skill. Like for example, when you didn't study for a test but the results come and then you see that you passed and you say, wow, I fluked. Okay, so number 15, the next few verbs are going to be the synonyms for the verb confuse. So to confuse or to baffle. Baffle is when you are really confused by something and you can't make the sense out of it. Like to baffle, to confuse something that does not make sense, like the science was baffled by that phenomena, or the medicine was baffled by that theory, for example, or by that experiment. So things could be baffling and you could be baffled by them. Number 16 is to dumbfound. Dumbfound is used for extreme situations, but you are so confused that you can't even talk. So to dumbfound somebody, or to be dumbfound. To dumbfound, it means to confuse and shock somebody to the point that they are speechless, like they cannot talk. So you could say, I was dumbfounded by the news of engagement. Like it was very surprising. It could be good, it could be bad. It could be dumbfounded by a good news or bad news. Either way, it's it's an extreme situation. Okay, very good. So number 17 is to astonish. Astonish is to be, it's more of a synonym of surprise, like to be surprised in a really good way, like you didn't expect that at all and you are impressed Like, I was astonished by that news. Like, your son comes and say, hey mom, I was the first one in the Olympic. Okay, so you were astonished. Wow, bravo, that was unexpected. So number 18, the next few verbs are going to be the synonyms about to joke, but not in a good way. Like, to joke, yes, it's a good thing, like makes you laugh, but the next few verbs are not really nice. So the 18 is to tease, as we talked about it, like in banter. Do you remember? Like, to banter, it means to tease in a playful way. It's usually in a playful way, like to make fun of somebody, but in a playful way. But it could be sometimes mean, but sometimes it could be about bantering. Okay. Number 19 is to mock. Mock isn't nice at all. So if you mock something, or you make fun of it, like you don't believe in that and you think it's ridiculous and it's silly and it's stupid, maybe. So to make fun of somebody in a way that shows contempt and disrespect. Like, politicians, usually they mock each other in order to win people's vote. Like, the things that you are going to do are stupid and they mock each other. To sneer is a facial expression that again shows contempt, but like it's with your face, like this. Okay, like that is so stupid. What you are going to do, what you're talking about is so stupid. I can't even believe it. Okay, so to sneer. Number 21 is the synonym of kind of escaping from a dangerous situation, to flee. Like when you are running away from a dangerous situation, it's not something that you want to do, but you have to do it because you are in danger. Like, people sometimes flee from wars, from earthquake, from flood. If you see that you are in danger, lots of people together, they flee. This could be again true for animals as well. Like, when they sense earthquake or flood, they flee. Number 22 is a synonym for worrying, like to fret. To fret when you are worrying and you are showing it with your body, your facial expression, like, oh my god, to fret. So in these kind of situations, when somebody is like that, you're going to say, okay, relax, don't fret, everything is going to be all right. Like, it's common when people have big exams, they fret, like, oh my god, what's going to happen? It's okay, don't fret, it's gonna be fine. The next few verbs are going to be about worrying about dangers to come, somehow like that. So number 23 is to loom, like something or somebody that seems big and it could be threatening you. Okay, so you're just thinking about it, or you are just seeing evidence and it's looming, it makes you scared. Like, you could say the dark clouds in the sky, they're looming, so in a way that you know that there is going to be a storm or rain. So the black clouds in the sky are looming. Or for example, you could say the financial situation is looming in my country. Like, it seems very big and it's really threatening everybody's life. Or people, again, could be looming. Like, for example, your teacher could be looming one day and maybe gives you a bad score, maybe. So you could use that. And to threaten. To threaten is something or somebody that could potentially be dangerous to you. Like if somebody threatens you, they say, if you do this, I will do that to you. Like I will make you miserable. So that's dangerous. If you don't do the things that they want you to do, it's threatening. Like again, the financial crisis is threatening our country. Like is going to be dangerous for our country. So if something is threatening you or somebody is threatening you, well, you should feel the danger. Number 25 is to dread something. It means to fear something in a great deal. So you could dread situations, or you could dread people even. All of us usually, we could dread exams, we could dread interviews, we could dread our bosses, we could dread commitments, we could dread lots of things, like lots of the things that are scary, they dread us. Okay, so the next few verbs are going to be the synonyms for fall. Okay, so number 26, to slip. To slip, it means to fall over, but because there was a slippery surface beneath your feet, so that they caused you slip. Like it could be a wet surface or banana peel or something like that. So you slip and you fall over. And number 27 is to trip. To trip, again, it means to fall over, but again, because something was in your way, like it could be a stone or something of that kind, a piece of wood or something like that. So you trip. Okay. Number 27 is not fall, like complete fall, but it's something you could stumble because you had too much to drink, like you're drunk or you don't feel well, you feel dizzy and like that, so you stumble, you walk in a way that it's not steadily and you fall a little bit, not completely, to stumble. Number 29 and 30 are going to be the synonyms for sleep, my favorite thing in the world. So number 29 is to slumber. To slumber. To slumber is to sleep heavily and deeply. Like nobody could wake that person who is slumbering. You may have heard this in the Sleeping Beauty, like the princess is slumbering, or somebody woke her up from her slumbering. But again, nowadays we could use that in a way that somebody is sleeping really heavily because they are really tired. Like he is still slumbering because he is still really tired from his flight. So he's slumbering. And the last one, number 30, is to doze. To doze is to sleep lightly, like on and off, like you sleep and then you wake up, and then you sleep and then you wake up. Like you are in some level conscious, but you're sleeping. Like usually this happens in transportation, like when you are in the bus or when you are on a plane or things like that, so you doze. But again, you have to be a little bit aware of where you are in order to not miss the stop. As an example sentence is like, I have an example sentence. So when the cat dozed off, the mouse was really happy because it could go and eat the cheese. Doze off, it means to sleep, but in a light way, like in any minute you could wake up. Thank you for watching this video, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment sections. Try to make example sentences with all these beautiful verbs that we learned today. And thank you. Have a nice time. Bye.